Welcome students to the scientific world. Yesterday we have discussed few topics as a revision of unit 2, units and measurements. Now today we are going to move further with the topics. The very first question in the assignment that is given, dash system is based on centimeter, gram and second as the fundamental units of quantities. Which quantities? Centimeter for length, gram is for mass, second is for time, respectively. Can anybody tell me which system it is? It's very simple. From centimeter, gram and second I can make it out that the system over here is CGS. Is this clear? Moving to the next question is regarding the significant figures. Second question in the assignment is 6.023 and 0.006032 have dash and dash significant figures. Dash and dash significant figures respectively. We have to determine. Clear? Now with the very first number you can see that is 6.023 given. Yes? So for the case of 6.023 you have to see that 0 is between two non-zero digits. In the case of 6.023 you will be able to see that 0 over here is between two non-zero digits, so you have to consider that 0 into significant digit. So your answer is how much? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here in the second you will be able to see there are trailing zeros before a non-zero digit, which are not considered to be what? Significant. But this 0 is between two non-zero digits, so you will be able to consider this as significant figure. So your answer is 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So you can your answer is 4, 4. Is this clear? Moving to the very third question, that is we are going to discuss, that is difference between mass and weight. Difference between mass and weight we are going to see. Clear? Let us make a table over here. Mass, second is weight. We have to check the difference between these two. The very first point in the category of mass. Can anybody tell me the very first point in the category of mass? Mass is the measure of inertia. Yes or no? The very first point in the case of mass is the measure of inertia. Now one question arises over here, sir, what do you mean by inertia? Inertia is nothing but the tendency for not to change. The tendency not to change is known as what? Inertia. Is this clear? Inertia, I'll write a definition over here for inertia. What exactly inertia means? Inertia is nothing but a tendency to remain unchanged. The tendency to remain unchanged. Is this clear? This is nothing but your inertia. Clear? The mass is the measure of inertia, where you will be able to notice that weight, W is equal to mg, which is the measure of gravity. So you will write first point over here. Weight is the measure of gravity. Remember one thing over here. This is measure of gravity. This is measure of inertia. Till this clear? The second point over here, you will be able to write that it is scalar quantity. It is scalar quantity. Scalar means what? I have already taught you. Scalar only magnitude. only magnitude, no specific direction. No specific direction. Magnitude is nothing but value. Yes or no? Weight 5, 10, 15, 25 grams, 60 grams, that is your mass. That 25, 60, that is nothing but what? Your magnitude. So scalar quantity is nothing but is having only magnitude, no specific direction. Second point over here you will be able to write. What you are going to write? It is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Because we know that W is equal to mg, and this g is nothing but vector acceleration. Yes or no? So it's going to have a particular direction. Vector quantity, everybody knows what is vector quantity. It has magnitude. It has magnitude as well as specific direction. As well as specific direction. Is this clear? Hope till this is clear. Moving ahead. Again we are having mass. Again we are having weight. We have discussed already 2 points. The very first point was what? It is the measure of inertia. It is the measure of gravity. It is a scalar quantity. It is a vector quantity. Now third point over here. It is a constant quantity. It is a constant quantity. Constant quantity means wherever you go in the universe, it's going to be what? Constant. It's not going to change ever. It is a constant quantity. What is weight? We know that weight is equal to W is equal to mg. This g varies. Yes or no? Place to place. Z varies from place to place. We know that acceleration due to gravity varies from place to place. So you can write over here. What you can write over here? It varies from place to place. Here it remains constant. It varies from place to place. Is this clear? Next point, fourth point. It cannot be zero for a body. It cannot be zero for a body. It cannot be zero for a body. Mass can never be zero. Is this clear? Weight can be zero. Yes or no? So I can write over here. This is the third point. Fourth point. Weight of a body is zero at the center of the earth. At the center of the earth. Why at the center of the earth, sir? Gravity weight is zero because acceleration due to gravity is zero at that point. At the center of the earth, acceleration due to gravity is zero. So your weight is also zero. Till this clear? The next point, fifth point over here is, it is an essential property of a body. It is essential property. It is essential property of a body. You can write over your fifth point. It is not an essential property of a body. It is not an essential property of a body. Clear? It is not essential property of a body, but mass is an essential property of a body. Next point, it is not affected. It is not affected. It is not affected by the presence of other bodies. By the presence of other bodies. It is independent of other bodies, you can say. It is not affected by the presence of other bodies. Here you will write what? It is affected by the presence of. It is affected by the presence of. By the presence of other bodies. Is this clear? Is this clear? Last point in the difference we will be able to write over here. Point number 7. The SI unit or the units are gram, kilogram, etc. gram, kilogram, etc. You'll able to notice 7 point over here. The units are the very first is Newton here, and dyne. Dyne is CGS unit of Newton. Dyne is CGS unit of Newton, or you can say force, or you can say weight, whatever you want to say. Is dyne. Clear? Etc. Hope till this is clear. Perfectly. Fine. So moving to the next topic, that is what is plane angle exactly? What is solid angle? That we have to see with the physical representation. Next topic, that is plane angle. What is plane angle exactly means? Now we need to know what is exactly plane angle. Before that, we'll understand this by symbolical, or you can say pictorial representation. Suppose you are having a circle like this with you. An angle is subtended by an arc. Consider this arc. This is your arc. Subtending angle at the center of the circle. O. This is A. This is B. Is this clear? Plane angle is nothing but this theta might be plane angle. Condition is arc length AB. AB is nothing but arc length must be equal to what? Radius of the circle. Must be equal to the radius of the circle. Means this AB is nothing but, you need to have it as R. This is R to your radius, and this arc length need to be radius R. Then the angle subtended is known as plane angle. Clear? So we can define plane angle as, the plane angle is the angle subtended. It is defined as plane angle subtended. Plane angle subtended at the center of the circle. At the center of the circle by an arc equal in length, by an arc in length equal to the radius of the circle, in length equal to the radius of the circle. Is this clear? If an arc of length equal to radius subtends an angle to the center, then this angle is known as plane angle. Plane angle formula is angle theta, that is always in radians, that is equal to what? Arc upon radius. Everybody know what is arc over here? AB. What is radius over here? OAAB. You can write anything. This is L, this is your R. So theta, that is equal to L upon R. Where this theta is nothing but what? Your plane angle. Is this clear? Fine. Moving ahead to the next topic, that is solid angle. Next topic is solid angle. Next topic we are having with us is solid angle. Now if you want to understand the solid angle very well, remember one thing. Have you seen watermelon? When you cut a piece of it, a square piece from it, that 3D structure will represent what? Solid angle. That I will define more clearly over here. Consider a sphere, 3D figure. This is the center of the sphere. Clear? We can say that, consider an area like this. This A, B, C, D is area with substance and angle at the center. With substance and angle at the center. This angle is termed to be, solid angle if this angle is termed to be solid angle if this surface area of the sphere, this surface area of sphere must be equal to area of square whose sides is equal to the radius in length, is equal to the radius in length. Is this clear? I will show you that if you want that circle, this is your radius, this, consider that this distance, this side need to be what? Radius of the circle will be equal to radius of the circle. If this sides measure to be equal to the circle, then this angle is considered to be what? Solid angle. Clear? So I can more precisely define solid angle as, it is defined as the solid angle, it is defined as the solid angle subtended, solid angle subtended at the center of the sphere, at the center of the sphere by a surface of a sphere, by a surface, by the surface, it is defined as a solid angle subtended at the center of the sphere by a surface of the sphere, by the surface of the sphere equal in area, equal in area to that of the square, that of the square whose sides, whose sides is equal to the radius of the sphere, whose side is equal to radius of the sphere. Is this clear? This angle, solid angle, is represented by symbol omega. Solid angle that is equal to surface area upon radius square. Surface area upon radius square. Unit everybody's know, unit is steradian and symbolically it is noted by SR. Clear the solid angle? It is defined as the solid angle subtended at the center of the sphere by a surface of a sphere like this green color surface is equal into area that of the square. Consider this to be a square whose side is equal to what? The sphere radius. R is equal to radius of the sphere, you can know. Radius of the sphere. Is this clear? Hope that this is clear. Fine. Moving to the next topic we do have in our syllabus, that is order of magnitude. The next topic we are going to study is order of magnitude. Next is order of magnitude. We are going to study today. As I have already discussed in the previous session, but again I am revising it. Clear? Now what exactly order of magnitude means? The order of magnitude of a physical quantity, the order of a magnitude of a physical quantity, is that power of 10, is, I am emphasizing that power of 10, that power of 10 which is nearest to its magnitude, which is nearest to its magnitude. Clear? This is known as what? Order of magnitude. I will explain more to the example, which is nearest to its magnitude. It shows why this order of magnitude is used, sir. Order of magnitude is used in order to determine the quantities, how big or how small. It shows how big or small the physical quantity is. The physical quantity is. Is this clear? the order of magnitude of a physical quantity n denoted by capital N is expressed as capital N, that is equal to n into 10 power x, provided there is condition for this n. What is condition? This n should be greater than 0.5 and must be less than or equal to 5. Remember this condition for n. N must be greater than 0.5, less than or equal to 5. Then only this x represents the order of magnitude of physical quantity capital N, or physical quantity capital N. Is this clear? Again I am saying this n is equal to n into 10 power x. This n should satisfy this condition, must be greater than 0.5, must be less than or equal to 5. Then this power of x, 10 power of 10, that is this x, represents the order of magnitude of physical quantity. We'll more go into detail by solving some examples on the same topic. Moving ahead, let us take an example that is asked in your assignment or homework. The first example that is given in your homework is example first given in your assignment, that is 25, 710, 000 meters is given in the first question of the assignment for the order of magnitude. Now see, this number is greater than 5, yes or no? I cannot find the order of magnitude of this number. I have to fulfill the condition that your n should be greater than 0.5 and should be less than or equal to 5. So I can move over here for here. I am having number 25, 710, 000. What I will do, I will start shifting my positions and putting decimal over here. Clear? I can stop over here. See, my answer will be 2.5 into 2.571 into 10 power. How many positions I have shifted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 positions I have shifted. Yes or no? So what I will put over here? 7 positions towards left or right? Towards left. So power will be plus 7. So my answer is 2.571 into 10 power 7 meters. This I have converted into the nearest 10 power for this value. Is this clear? Now see, this is my n. Again I have to check the condition. N must be greater than 0.5, must be less than or equal to 5. Yes, it does not violate over here. It is greater than 0.5. Yes, 2.571 is greater than 0.5. And it is also less than equal to 5. Yes. So I can simplify. Therefore my order of magnitude is 7. This power of 10 you have to take is 7. Till this clear? Now somebody will ask me a question like that. Sir, if moving from here, and if I stop over here means, suppose if somebody says 25, 715, 000, and if somebody starts going and stops before 5, if you stop before 5, it will be 25.715 into 10 power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes or no? See, 25 here, this will not be set. The condition will be violated over here because n must be greater than 0.5. This condition is fulfilled, but must be less than or equal to 5. This is violated. This is not followed over here because it is 25. It is far more greater than 5. So you will not use this convention. So please try to make the value which is nearer to the nearest power of 10 we have to find out, so that this condition should not be violated. Clear? Moving to the next example. Example number 2 they have asked in the assignment sheet. Second question they have given over here. in the assignment is 0.00045 521 kgs. 521 kg. They have given. Now again see this value is very small. It is greater than 0.5. I cannot say. So I have to convert for 0.000052 is given with me. 5 zeros 52. What I will do? I'll start moving from here in order to make. I'll stop over here. So my answer is, how many position? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 position I have shifted. So 0.521 into 10 power. 5 positions towards. 5 positions towards. 5 positions towards right I have shifted. So I will consider to be what? Minus 5. So I will put over here what? Minus 5. If it is towards left, if towards left, then you have to consider it what? To be plus. Clear? To be plus. But it is towards right, so minus. So 0.521 into 10 power minus 5 kg I can write. Again I will check the condition over here. The value 0.521 is greater than 0.5, agree. It is less than or equal to 5, agree. Is satisfied over here. So you can tell that this minus 5. So you can find write as order of magnitude. Order of magnitude. That is equal to what? Minus 5 as your answers. Minus 5 as your answer. Hope till this is clear, perfectly clear. Hope it is perfectly clear. Done till minus 5. Okay, the next topic we do have is parallax. What exactly means by the word parallax? Or we are having one more term with us, that is parallactic angle. Parallactic angle. Is this clear? We have to study these two terms. What is parallax and what is parallactic angle? I'll give you one basic example. Suppose hold a pen in front of you like this and close your both eyes. Open your one eye and you'll able to see this pen. After some time, you close your another eye and open that eye that was previously closed and you'll again see the pen. You'll able to notice that the pen is fixed over here. Still you'll able to see that the pen has shifted. Though my pen was fixed over here, I was just opening one eye and seeing it. Again I am moving to the second eye and I am seeing it. I would able to find that there is apparent shift in the position of this pen, though the pen was steady. This apparent shift in the position of an object while moving your eyes sidewise is known as what? Parallax. Is known as parallax. So parallax can be defined as the apparent shift in the position of the object. Apparent shift in the position of the object. Position of the object with respect to another. With respect to another, while moving your eyes sideways. While moving eyes sideways. Clear? This is nothing but parallax. Now let us take an example. Suppose you are holding an object or a pen in front of your eyes. Clear? Let us consider this to be your AB. These two are nothing but your point of observation. Point of observation. This is the point of observation 1. This is your point of observation 2. Point of observation 2. Here you can say this is your I1 and this is your I2. The distance between two point of observation. The distance between two point of observation, this much, is known as basis, denoted by letter B. So I can conclude over here is what? The distance between the 2 point of observation is called basis, denoted by letter small b. Here in this case we are having basis B, that is equal to what? AB. Is this clear? From the 2 point of observation, you will be able to notice that there is a line of sight which is to subtend the angle at the object, this theta. This theta is nothing but parallax angle. This theta is nothing but parallax angle or parallactic angle. The angle inscribed, or you can say subtended, by this point of observations or 2 line of sight subtended from point of observation. This angle is known as parallax angle or parallactic angle. So here in this case you can write angle AOB, that is equal to theta, that is nothing but what? Your parallax angle or parallactic angle. Till this clear? Hope till this is clear. Fine. And this object O and point of observation, that is known as capital S. Capital S, that is nothing but distance between point of observation and object. Till this clear? If I find out into this geometry like this, if this is your AB, that is your arc subtending angle, this is your S, this is your B, then I have formula for the angle theta, that is equal to arc upon radius. Yes or no? Arc upon radius. What is arc over here? That is basis. What is radius over here? Is S. So my formula theta is equal to B by S is the formula for parallax angle. Hope till this is clear. We'll see more topics into the next session. Thank you so much. You have to see the videos in order to write the answers in the assignments. Thank you so much.